Because being the greatest of all time is not just about winning. And that's what Jon Jones doesn't understand. It's about how you conduct yourself throughout the whole of your career. Are you willing?
But I believe he should to fight against Aspinall, but I think he a little bit afraid of him, you know, because Aspinall is someone who can really stop him and beat him.
Yeah, I mean,
Right after that heated moment between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones at a US airport, Tom has finally broken his silence. He's not holding back. Tom made it clear. Once he's done with his fight against Cyril Gane, he wants Jon Jones. Simple as that. I've got nothing personal against Jon, Tom said. But I know deep down I'm better than him. I know I can beat him in a fight, and I'm coming for it.
In my head, I would have said Jon Jones will beat him right now. Guess what? Tom has never been pushed into those championship rounds. Once he gets to those championship rounds, even now, say Cyril Gane pushes him 25 minutes. If he beats Cyril Gane, but he learns to go 25 minutes where that first time you feel that, yo, Tom hasn't gotten off the stool for a third round.
This all comes at a time when the UFC's heavyweight division is in total limbo. So much confusion. And Tom? He's not happy about it. He doesn't agree with the UFC's decision to set up a fight between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. In Tom's words, if you're the champ, prove it. I'm ready. But first, I've got to take care of Cyril.
good.
I think he's good.
He can beat Jon.
That's a far. See, Jon has always been my favorite fighter to watch because I felt like any person he fought, he can do whatever he wanted to them. Granted, Jon is older. So, you know, if he gets through Stipe, which I think he will, he's going to get through another training camp, right? Because the body's, you know, getting older and older. It doesn't, you know, fight like it used to. So I think...
Even Israel Adesanya is now openly questioning what Jon is really up to. On his YouTube channel, Adesanya asked, if Jon's not fighting anymore, why was he even in Russia? Why show up ringside at a combat event halfway around the world? He said it doesn't make sense for someone who's supposedly retiring. He believes Jon's still involved, maybe even negotiating behind the scenes. You don't just travel like that for no reason. Something's going on, Israel added.
Why is that fight not happening?
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
If he has no intention of coming back, that's not right. Make negotiation happen or, you know, get things moving.
Doesn't seem...
Jon's unexpected appearance in Russia only added to the speculation. It came right when the UFC confirmed Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane for the interim title. Sources at the event said Jones had private talks with people from different MMA organizations. No official deals, but his quiet presence raised eyebrows. Then Joe Rogan jumped in. On his podcast, he went straight for the UFC. Tom Aspinall might be the most skilled heavyweight ever, Rogan said. And you're putting him against Gane, who already lost to both Jones and Ngannou. That's not what fans want. We want clarity.
He's the guy now, you know what I mean?
But if they would have fought, then you'd think that Tom had a strong chance because of the timing.
Yeah.
And fighting's always about timing. Boxing,
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think for the speed, the power that carries, the way he moves in there, he would have gave Jon Jones problems, but it would have been a good fight.
So there's no ducking from Jon Jones?
No.
No ducking?
No.
We're not saying that?
I'm not saying that.
We're not having it?
Nah, definitely
Too
not.
much respect for Jon Jones, the GOAT of UFC. Is it fair to say he's the GOAT of UFC?
100%.
Joe didn't stop there. He laid it out clearly. If Jon's not fighting, strip him. Let Tom be the champ. If Jon wants to come back, let him fight Tom. Enough with the interim belt crap. No one believes it anymore. Fans and fighters alike are growing tired. UFC isn't saying much about what's next for Jon. Even Khabib Nurmagomedov weighed in from Dagestan. He said, Jon's not done. He's still training. He's just waiting for the right moment. Khabib also praised Tom, but made it clear Jon's still very much in the game, just waiting in the shadows. You'll see, Khabib warned. He's not going anywhere. The UFC needs to get this right.
Shot knockout power. I believe that would make Tom Aspinall hesitate a little bit. And look, Tom would be the favorite in that fight. But if you don't think Derek Lewis has a shot to shut Tom Aspinall's lights out and steal that belt, not only be the knockout king, but add undisputed heavyweight world champion to his list, there's nothing more he needs. That would be the absolute fight to make for Tom Aspinall while he waits for the UFC White House card and hopefully gets Jon Jones after that. Now, again, it's easier to talk about getting a fight with Derek Lewis than it is to actually win.
But when UFC President Dana White was asked about Jon's next move, he danced around it. We're working on things, Dana said. Nothing I can announce right now. That vague response just added fuel to the fire. Jon is still listed as champ. There's no scheduled fight. No updates about his injury rehab. Nothing.
I'll just come out and ask you. Do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No. Jon Jones, I said it a million times, I'll say it again. He's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing.
He's never ducked anybody, and I think the reality is, whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know. You'd have to ask him that, but he's 38 years old, and I don't know.
Back in Russia, Jon avoided interviews, but he took photos, smiled for the cameras, and met with event organizers. Insiders say he discussed big things: global markets, fighter development, promotion strategies. This doesn't mean he's leaving the UFC, but it shows he's still deeply involved in the fight business. It all feeds the story. While Tom is focused on gain, many believe the UFC is setting up a future title unification. Jon hasn't confirmed a return, but his silence and movements have everyone watching closely.
Tell us the timeline of Jon accepted the fight, went to Thailand, came back, didn't want the fight. What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Thailand was the end of it. We were talking about it before that, but yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So why?
Rogan didn't hold back in his criticism. He said a champ can't just disappear. You can't be a placeholder. He said, if you're out for a year with no fight, you're holding the division hostage. Khabib agreed, respectfully. Jon's one of the greats, but if he won't fight, the division needs a new king. Adesanya was more blunt. If Jon wants to go out on top, he has to fight Tom. He can't just hang on to the belt forever. This isn't the old UFC. Fans want action.
In that world, right?
Yeah, you lived in that division.
I also never beat him.
Yeah.
And I had, no matter what I did going forward, it was always that, well, you never beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is going to get that belt, and there's going to be a gap, right? That lineal championship breaks. That line breaks. When Tom goes from interim.
The tension is shaking up the whole division. Tom Aspinall's stock is rising fast. Khabib called him a problem for anyone. Rogan said he might be the most complete heavyweight we've ever seen. On the other hand, Cyril Gane is being seen as a stepping stone, just a test before the real battle. And Jon? He's silent in public, but behind the scenes, he's clearly active. UFC insiders are hinting we won't see him until at least December, maybe even UFC 300. Still, no fight signed, no training footage, no official word.
Looks like Jon Jones finally wants to fight Tom Aspinall, but this time at the White House. I told you guys that Jon Jones was playing chess, not checkers, this entire time. Someone just tweeted this at Jon Jones saying, ducking Tom Aspinall, ? Best decision you ever made, ? Jon responded, choosing when to attack and where you want the battlefield to be is not ducking, my friend. I tried telling every single one of you that Jon Jones was never ducking Tom Aspinall. It's very clear here that Jon Jones is playing chess.
Rogan saying that he is supporting the idea of Pereira versus Aspinall. We know Aspinall will do it. He already tried at 300. We know Pereira will do it. He has a chance to set history. Champ is not likely to ever happen to any of us. Again, there's a really big population that wants to see Jon Jones versus Pereira. There's a really big population that would rather see Jon Jones versus Aspinall. The winner of Ankalaev Rachik is going to take on Pereira, okay? Whatever your level of excitement for that is going to be. It still does not equal how badly you would like to see Pereira taken on top. The announcement.
With this silence, everyone else is filling the space. Former fighters, analysts, even fans online are debating whether Jon is in a contract standoff. Some say he wants more money. Others think he's planning something even bigger, like launching his own global fight promotion. Meanwhile, the UFC is hedging its bets with Tom versus Gane. They're moving forward without officially removing Jon from the title. One UFC matchmaker put it bluntly, it's easier to let things play out than strip Jon and stir up drama. We're giving him time, but the clock's ticking.
Jon Jones unretired.
And Jon Jones is going to, just for that fight.
He went back into the testing pool.
Right.
But Tyler and I debated because he hasn't fought in 4 freaking years.
Yeah. I would still pick him over whoever they would charge.
Been screwed.
Right. Well, Aspinall's he's
waived
the champ
first
now.
Payday.
Right.
Yeah, he's the champ, but he hasn't been paid.
No, but I would assume that if Aspinall is successful and wins once or twice going into 26, that would be.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end.
Fans on forums are starting to choose sides. Many are with Tom now. They believe he should be the real champion. They feel Jon is avoiding the risk, waiting to see if Tom slips up. Some say Jon's done this before, waiting years before moving to heavyweight. And when he did, he picked Gane, a fighter many thought was a safer choice stylistically. That's exactly why fans are skeptical now. If Tom beats Gane decisively, a lot of people believe Jon will wait even longer, But if Gane pulls off the upset, maybe Jon will come back sooner. It's like he's calculating every move. Adesanya, Khabib, and Rogan all agree. This situation can't last forever. As Khabib said, the division can't stop. Someone has to be champ. Someone has to fight twice a year. This is the UFC, not Hollywood. Rogan didn't sugarcoat it. It's a mess. Either strip Jon or book him a fight. Don't act like he's champion while he's doing business meetings in Russia. The pressure is building. Tom versus Gane is happening later this year. Whoever wins will almost definitely call out Jon in the octagon. If Jon stays silent past early 2026, there's no way around it. The winner will need to be called the real champion. Right now, the UFC is walking a tightrope. They're trying to hype the new stars while keeping Jon's legacy alive. But fans, fighters, even the commentators, they're done being patient. They want answers. With Adesanya, Rogan, and Khabib all calling for clarity, something's going to give soon. Jon Jones finally spoke up to defend his title reign. He pushed back hard on the idea that his legacy is fading. He reminded everyone, he won the belt. He didn't beg for it. He beat Gane and took it fair and square. Now, after injury, he's doing what's best for himself. Jon sounded calm, but he meant every word. Don't hate because I outsmarted the UFC, he said. They gave me the belt because I earned it. I won my fight. Now I'm making smart choices. He denied avoiding any top contender, including Tom Aspinall. He said fans are just mad because they thought he'd lose, and he didn't. They thought I'd get smashed. I didn't. I won. Now I'm on top of the mountain. This comes after months of fans questioning what's really going on in the heavyweight division. Jon became champ in March 2023 when he submitted Gane in the first round. But after that, he injured his pec and pulled out of the Stipe fight. Even then, the UFC didn't strip his title. Instead, they made an interim belt. Tom won it with a knockout over Sergey Pavlovich. Since then, everyone's been asking, when will there be a real champion? Jon has stayed firm. He wants to fight Stipe Miocic, not Tom. He said it's about legacy. Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time. He deserves the shot, not some new kid making noise. Stipe defended the belt more than anyone, Jon said. This fight means something. He's earned it. As for Tom, Jon gave him credit, but not too much. He's good, Jon admitted. But I've been doing this for 15 years. When I was fighting legends, he was just coming up. People need to stop rushing greatness. Let the kid earn it. Let him fight more. Then maybe we talk. Others have weighed in. Dominic Reyes, who had a razor-close fight with Jon in 2020, says Jon isn't scared. He's just always done things on his own terms. I get why people are frustrated, Reyes said, but Jon's not afraid. He's smart. He's earned the right to choose. Daniel Cormier, Jon's old rival, had a slightly different take. You can't disappear for 2 years and still claim to run the division, DC said on his podcast. Sure, he's got the belt, but this isn't boxing. You have to fight. He added, right now, Tom Aspinall is that guy. Jon himself knows what this sport does to your body. I've been in wars, he said. I've taken shots that changed me. I'm not 23 anymore. I've got kids. I've got plans outside the cage. He's selective now and he feels he's earned that. But he also made one thing clear. He's not done. If fans think he's walking away, they're wrong. And while Jon hasn't promised anything beyond the Stipe fight, he hasn't ruled out more either. I'm not making promises, he said. I'll do what feels right when the time comes. Tom Aspinall, meanwhile, isn't sitting quietly. He keeps pushing for the Jon fight, even as he prepares for Cyril Gane. And Gane? He's focused. In a French interview, he made it personal. I respect Tom, he said. He's a real fighter, but he's thinking too much about Jon. I'm the one in front of him, not Jon. If he's distracted, he's going to lose. Gane admitted he wasn't ready when he fought Jones, but that's changed now. I've changed everything. My training, my mindset. I'm coming for what should have been mine. The schedule is still up in the air. Dana White hasn't announced the exact date for Tom versus Gane, but it's expected to headline a European card later this year. As for Jon versus Stipe, still nothing confirmed. Jon is back to light training, but there's no official date. Meanwhile, other fighters like Curtis Blades and Jailton Almeida are climbing the ranks, making the division more crowded by the day. Even Curtis Blades said it plain. The division is being held hostage. We need clarity. Either Jon fights or he steps aside. So, what do you think? Is Jon Jones still the king of the heavyweight division? Or is it time for a new era to begin?